What is that awful racket with the ukulele? Oh, I'm listening to the Dinner Excuse.
Hipster band.
Yeah, definitely hipster band.
All right, so we got the draft ready to go, and these guys are already getting to it. We are going to game number 1 of this round of 32 match to Blackheart's Bay.
I'm excited to see that. This map can easily flip back and forth like a coin, and that's quite the map mechanic. It has the coins that you have to hand in to Blackheart, which allows him to bombard, and let's just love this map entirely. So many people hate it, but I feel like it's a lot less snowbally than a lot of people actually give it. But we'll see. The Dinner Excuse is going to be second pick, so Tempo Storm getting that first ban on Zeratul.
Yep, no Zeratul here. They don't got that first pick, and if Dinner Excuse doesn't ban out the Illidan or the Kerrigan, you're likely to see a melee initiator. And Dinner Excuse say no. It's the Vikings that are up on the chop block, which is a really good move on their part, but that will lead us into a first pick Illidonger here for our Tempo Storm.
Illidan is so incredibly strong on this map. He's got the ability to get all those mercenary camps as well as just win team fights so easily. I'm curious to see who they're going to match him up with later on in their composition. Could be an Uther, could be an Abathur. We'll see just later. Dinner Excuse, however, going to respond with a Brightwing and a Sylvanas.
Oh man, I totally blanked on the Abathur. And Tempo Storm, with that Brightwing now on the talk, I mean, that's a really great pick from the Dinner Excuse. And now with, Sylvanas, you could actually go Uther Abathur here. And look at that. It's very close. I'll give you props, at least for half, sir. Tassadar, Abathur. Right before the ban phase. If Dinner Excuse doesn't get rid of an Uther or a Rhaegar here, you're going to see one or the other.
And here's the issue here is that Tempo Storm probably going to ban out. Okay, so they do ban out the Uther, but Tempo Storm going to ban out that Muradin. And if they ban out Muradin, oh man, without Reverberation, that Illidan's going to be so scary.
So we already got a support pickup here from Dinner Excuse. And with that ban on the Uther, I'm not entirely too sure Tempo Storm is worried about what healer they get, to be honest. I mean, I think they're going to go for a Rhaegar by the end of all this. I really do. But this is where Dinner Excuse can snipe all the supports and just try to, leave Tempo Storm up to, hanging and left to dry. I don't think that'll happen. And if it doesn't, you're going to see that Rhaegar.
That's quite true. And I'm hoping that that's going to be their healer because, again, this just tends more into the Blood for Bloods at level 16. However, right now, Dinner Excuse, well, actually, let's talk about those bans. Uther gets banned out by Dinner Excuse. Tempo Storm responds with a Jaina.
Yep.
I was expecting that Muradin for the Reverberation. So Dinner Excuse can easily pick him up right now. There we go.
Damn.
There's that warrior Muradin to really stop Illidan in his tracks.
This is where we take Kael'thas?
Kael'thas would be an okay pickup. They could go for... They might actually just go for something like an assassin, maybe like a Vala, in order to just kind of deal with everything else and then decide. Well, Kael'thas is scary because he doesn't really have that many escapes. Vala's at least got her tumble. Kael'thas, though, he gets caught by an Illidan. He's going to get caught until he's dead.
Well, they're going to dip into their time pool here, but okay. I wonder if we're about to see one half of the combination of this crispy taco with that false dead, but at the same time, Tempo Storm, they got to put up a healer, they got to put up a warrior. Rhaegar, Johanna really come to mind here.
Yeah, Rhaegar, yep, there we go. There's the pickup. Very, very good call there, Jester. And Johanna gonna be their last pickup as well. Very, very nice. This has so much potential for the team fights, and not only the team fights. Knight takes pawn at level 1 for Johanna, as well as Tassadar and Illidan. Very good mercenary camp control. And so later on in the game, they start getting into a really nice spot. Oh man, crispy taco.
I called it all. I called it all.
You did? Well, you didn't call the false dad, but nobody could have seen that wild hammer pick.
Oh my. Double warrior front line for Dinner Excuse to try to keep that Illidan down, and the crispy taco is going to be real. Silence Arrow and Polymorphs. I'm actually liking the Dinner Excuses lineup.
Yeah, this is actually very curious. Very well played here for them in the drafting. This is to draft against Tempo Storm and get a pretty good draft against it is nice. Tempo Storm though, ooh, that's a very scary composition,
isn't it? Yeah, the Illidan by himself with the Abathur or the Rhaegar or the Taster, that is just really setting yourself up for a lot of pain. But having the combination of all 4 of those and the repeated condemns, the unstoppable, and the blessed shield to be coming out of that from the Johanna as well. You are right. It is scary from the Tempo Storm side, but I think the Dinner Excuse have done a wonderful job with their draft.
Yes, I agree as well, and I'm hoping to see what is going to be coming out here in this game. I'm very, very set to see who is going to win the coin flip of Blackheart's Bay, and if somebody wins the early game, are they going to be able to turn that or get that turned around on them later on? Because Blackheart's Bay, it can be a little bit one-sided, but there are those small little chances for the enemy team to come back, and that, I think, makes it such an exciting map to watch.
Absolutely exciting, sir, because not only will we have those team fights, but the cannons. I love the cannon mechanic, to be honest. I mean, it really does kind of bring in a nice PvE element to this, and we do see a big variance of strategies. Tempo Storm is very heavily reliant upon this Illidan, but if the Dinner Excuse can take him out, they might have free farming. They have some really good with the double warrior potential to go farming early on as well. Pirate camps, mercenaries. Will we see a bribe from the Brightwing? I don't know. It's just not a map, I think, that gets enough credit.
That's quite true. However, it's way better than Haunted Mines, and so I'm just very glad we are here. So glad that we are here at Haunted Mines. Let's take a look at game number 1 here as Tempo Storm spawns over here in the left-hand side. Arthalon, Chaos, Soldier, Dreadnought, and in the bottom lane, actually now coming up into the mid lane, it's Zuna.
You're going to die for the eye, perhaps, because we got the 5-man death ball rolling here from the Dinner Excuse. Mr. Cogburn, the aggressiveness coming in from Lou already. But Rando Bob, yeah, Charge and Caterpillar going to be here rounding out the composition. Nobody quite dying for that eye today, and it is actually going to be Zuna heading into that bottom lane as well.
There's a lot of people with Cog in their name. I believe Gazlo in the first game that we watched had a Cog. Cognium was his name.
Cognium.
And there was, we casted Cog yesterday, all day yesterday. Yeah. So many Cogs going on here. The gears keep on turning in Heroes of the Storm.
Now we do got the 4-man up into the top. Nobody there soaking that mid. Abathur is really just kind of playing it cheeky there. Look at Arthalon. He is going to get that experience while this 4-man death ball is up top. And as soon as they start rotating down, you know he's going to have to just scuttle on out of there because chests are up. But nobody is bottom from this team on the Dinner Excuse.
Yeah, and without getting any kills either, they're sitting in a pretty big experience disadvantage. But oh my god, are they going to be able to pick up Soldier? No, very, very barely is Soldier going to be able to pop that iron skin and be able to get out of there being unstoppable. So scary.
All right, so Lou is down here. Arthalon is still down here. And 10 coins. All 10 went the way of Tempo Storm. They have a really early turn-in situation. Zuna already going to be putting in that 5. Dreadnought has the other 5, and I think he's going to tag team here with Soldier so that they don't lose out any of that soak, but they will get that early first turn-in. Arthalon is just being so cheeky here.
Yeah, he is. Finally falling asleep, going to start using his symbiote, but then decides, nope, we're just going to go back and just kind of waiting around here. And I love Pajama there. Best skin, NA. Anyway, looks like the first turn-in going to go over here to Tempo Storm, and with that map control, is anybody surprised?
Well, the map control is actually just rather immense right now, and the 5-man death ball really didn't get any kills. In fact, it could be the first kill right here on Caterpillar. It's so close down to the wire, but he does live through it, and it won't be the first blood yet, but still we got more coins now going the way of Zuna because Abathur, oh no, the early bird gets the worm.
Very nicely played. And yeah, Lou gonna pick up that kill. Very nice there for them to pick up first blood here. Very nicely played. I can't believe they got the first blood, especially on the cheeky Arthalon, yeah. But guess what? He's right back there anyway.
Yeah, and Zuna had already come down. He did do the pirate camp, and this is a big pickup there that you do with the Illidan. As soon as you hit level 4, you get that immolate. There it is. And you also have now pressurized glands. You got the adrenal overload. I mean, you don't even need those, but they definitely go well for that for Zuna. And this is what you can do. You can easily get some of these early merc camps. And since this game is all about coins, if there's an Illidan missing on your map, you have to be looking at some of those merc camps.
Caterpillar is going to scout out this, but I don't think that there's going to be much they can do about this. Oh no, Lou going to come in here as well. Zuna might have to disengage. No, Dreadnought going to answer their call with the Abathur hat. They are going to force them away. Still pick up this Bruiser camp very, very nicely. Great rotation here by Tempo Storm.
Now Soldier is still pushing in the mid. He has 2 coins of his own. 8 to the total of the team. Has already turned in 10. Charge up top. I mean, he's just going to be doing a little bit of soak. Mr. Cogburn looks to be jumping up into the top lane there as well. But, you know, that mid fort is already gone. Soldier just took it out. It is donezo. Top is getting pushed back, but this bottom lane is starting to look pretty scary for Tempo Storm.
That's true. Dreadnought being very, very aggressive here. He's keeping everything pushed up here very closely, as well as Arthalon's little critters coming in here. The little locusts are going to keep this lane pretty pushed. No ammo left in these towers, so they're going to go down pretty quick if they keep this pressure alive.
And guess what? Illidan's not on the map. He's just out and about getting more and more merc camps. He's going to put in 8 more coins. It's not quite going to be enough, but here's the other 2 needed from Dreadnought, and Mr. Cogburn just will not be able to really put up any kind of offensive here.
Yeah, it looks like Zuna going to be the abrasive one here and try and stop Mr. Cogburn from stopping Dreadnought from turning in. And guess what? There's the turn in.
I did not know you could leap that. That is actually really kind of cool.
I actually kind of didn't know that either, but that's good to know.
There you go. Learn something new every day, ladies and gentlemen. Levels 8 to 7. We got another turn in, and already with that mid fort gone, it's just starting to slam away at that top gate. And bottom gate is also, again, just now missing as well. Lots of siege damage going the way of Tempo Storm. About a level and a bit between them. And we're going to be looking at level 10 very shortly, Shamtu.
Yeah, and that's going to be really, really great for Tempo Storm to keep this advantage going for them. They've got Promote with KO going to push in this top lane. But guess what? There's not even a fort there for him to push in. He's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just, take out this wall or something.
It's donezo. It's gonzo. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We do got these bruisers up top as a counter, but Lou down south has to deal with Dreadnought. He is barely keeping this last tower alive, and already 2 forts down in 5 minutes. The PvE aspect of this map has really started showing itself, because Zuna is just doing work, and look at that, more work to be had. So Vanus is going to drop, and with that Abathur hat, are they actually going to look for the second kill?
Oh, I don't know if that's going to happen. Zuna doesn't really feel too comfortable with it, but Soldier is very intent on still trying to push forward. But they will back up here and just be fine with going to pick up the chest that just spawned. 5 gold in both of those they get to go pick up, and apparently the Falstad, Lou, dropped in the bottom lane.
He dropped into the water. I've never actually seen that before either. Ragdoll physics for the win, sir. But I mean, it's a tough spot right now. It's 11 to 8. I mean, we even got 2 people down here on top of Dreadnought, but he just heals himself up, and now Zuna is just going to have a field day with Caterpillar, because there's nothing really that they can do about this. 3 levels difference, and Heroics is a big power spike, and Zuna is just going to continue on here up against Tyrael. He's going to catch up, but he won't grab the kill. But, oh, man, we still don't even have the Heroics for the dinner excuse.
Yeah, they have no excuse here. They are not really soaking all their lanes perfectly. They're trying to now, but even then, look at this bot lane getting bombarded here by Tempo Storm. And this is getting really, really rough for them to start coming back into this game. I was talking about comebacks in this game, but Tempo Storm doesn't look like they want to give them anything. And KO just hates walls.
Did he slap it down?
No, he just, he used his little, not Arthalon, KO, his little psionic auto attack, I guess, whatever Tassadar does.
No bastions of vision whatsoever, because Abathur needs to be as mobile as he can. And speaking of it, he comes all the way top, and check this out. Not only do we dunk down more coins from Zuna and Dreadnought, but Zuna now with the hat is going to be soloing out this boss at the 7-minute mark.
Yeah, and they're also on the cusp here of level 13. Boss getting a little angry, going to slam the ground here. But this is really, really nice play here from Tempo Storm to be able to take this with only 2 members of their team at the 7-minute mark. It's one of the greatest things about having the Abathur Illidan combination. Soldier, though, I don't know about this. Can he get away? Even if he does or doesn't, oh my god, he's still gonna get away.
It's Joanne.
5-man Mike coming out here. Yeah, there's just too much on Johanna's side to get away from these types of situations.
Boss was taken. It's going to be marching down top. Zuna's there. You got the Locust from Abathur as well. And despite the fact they didn't pick up a Johanna, the dinner excuse will transition and pick up these bottom bruisers to go with these bottom stone bros who just need to start getting a little bit more damage done for their value. I mean, this gate is immaculate. Mid, full health. Top, full health. Is there a mule? There has to be a mule. There is. There's an Abathur mule at 7, and you see it not on the side. Actually, nobody, I think, can take it on the side of dinner excuse. So, yeah, the mule is just actually looking for a pure, flawless game at this point.
Yeah, and that's going to be a nice little thing. It's always nice when you have to pick up the mule, but you realize we didn't really need it, right? It's always so much more comforting than not picking mule, feeling that you're so ahead, and then all of a sudden realizing way later in the game that you didn't actually need it. But Brightwing can pick up mule. They just decided, well, they need to heal, and Brightwing can't heal if you don't pick up Gust of Healing.
Absolutely, you're right. So, yeah, I mean, more coins going in, a little bit of a team fight brewing. It is the 10-13 difference. There goes the judge. The crispy taco is not going to hit. Blue, unfortunately, just misses out with that laser, and you see Johanna just being unstoppable in the midst of all this. Shields are going down. Zuna is doing work. 1 and 2 kills, 3, and now looking for the 4 here for Mr. Cog. The only survivor will be the Angel of Tyrael, and he's still not going to be a guaranteed live out of this.
Oh my god, Zuna just uses Metamorphosis to close the gap between him and the enemy base, and it looks like Tempo gonna do what Tempo does and end the game here at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. The rest of the team for the enemy are trying to spawn up here. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do this though. Arthlon just sitting in the middle of their base, taking a nap. God, Abathur players, please. But here comes the core starting to go down 20% and falling, and Zuna gonna be able to take the game by just flipping around the core as well as the rest of Tempo Storm. Game number 1, 16-11.
No siege damage whatsoever suffered here from Tempo Storm. In fact, they only lost out 1 death. It was 7-1 in 9 minutes and 48 seconds. That's a new record here for the stream, as I don't think we've seen a match that fast to date here in the Road to BlizzCon. We've had 11 minutes and 11:16. 9:48 is really cutting it close.
Very, very close. However, I'm not sure if this is a battle that we want to keep getting shorter and shorter, because, Jester, we're going to run out of games to cast in this point. So, yeah. Hopefully, game number 2 going to be a little bit more of a even playing field. Dinner Excuse, they need to show up on time here and get going, because Tempo Storm is one of the scariest teams out there. And if they get to the round of 16 without having any type of fight, well, 2ARC. Maybe 2ARC gets a little bit more of a better warm-up game, and they're able to start taking games off Tempo Storm. We'll see what happens if 2ARC actually gets to the round of 16. Of course, I didn't look at their bracket.
Right, yeah, that's the big predicate here. The next round, if these two monstrous teams actually do advance through all their circuits, and so far it's looking good for Tempo Storm, then it will be a 2ARC and Tempo Storm rematch, I think, from the ESL Majors.
Yes, ESL Majors Wednesday?
Yeah, the first round.
Yeah, first round.
Yeah, because 2ARC did not do so well there. They got 3-0. This could be a little bit of redemption. If 2ARC can knock Tempo Storm out at the round of 16, that would be something to write home about.
That's quite true. So we'll see what happens in the next game to see if Tempo Storm advances or if Dinner Excuse is going to make this into a 1-1. We'll be right back after this quick break.